Alright guys, so we are going to be trying out new Gundam Double Inferno over here on the JP side of things. So I hope you guys do forgive me when I don't summon as often now for the global account, because if you guys do take a look at my JP account, ever since global first initially launched and then I went back into JP account and actively play, I pretty much have most of what global is already going to be getting. So I was thinking to myself, is there really a point for me to even go back to summon for them if I already have them? So that's why I was like, maybe I'll just summon for here and there, like maybe the O for sure gonna get, this Quiverly for sure gonna get, and then the other one I might just let it slide. Like the event, I might lose out on things, arena, clan battle, and it's all cool. It's definitely, I don't really mind it, right? But alright, back to the topic. We have the new Gundam Double Inferno. So I did went ahead and give this guy T3. That's pretty much how far I'm gonna give it, because I ran out of material. I don't have any more rainbow coins. Believe it or not. JP, my rainbow coin storage is as low as it will ever get. So I don't have all the necessarily resources, but I mean, what we're trying to find out is gonna give you guys a kind of like a mock battle situation against the O, and then against the Victory 2 Assault Buster, or sorry, not Assault Buster, just the Assault. And then I just want to show you guys how the kind of like the Assault status kind of work and whatnot, and then after that we can probably hop into kind of like a event more in line of like a co-op, because in terms of like a harder form content, this unit kind of hit or miss depending on the severity of things. Like sometimes if you do need the assault status, I might actually use it, but I don't think, I want to say, is there any other unit that has the assault status? I want to say this guy has it, or I know one of them has it, probably. Maybe this one has it. I think I'm trying to take a look. Yeah, so this guy has CSO status, so technically speaking, you don't need this anymore. This one is a permanent buff whenever you are under the Hyper Awakening. So this guy is gone. Yeah, this guy is long gone for JP. So, but yeah, let's kind of hop into like a scenario in a mock battle, and then we'll see how New Gundam works. Alright, so I'm gonna give you guys this scenario. On the enemy lineup, we have the O, V2A, and Gang. For my setup, it's pretty much the same, but I did toss in F91 as well, just for the funs and giggles. So let's kind of see. So if everything does go how it's according to be, I mean, everyone will, immediately target the O. Well, even though this guy does have the aggro, it doesn't, I don't think it bypasses, so we can see. Okay, so they are targeting the O and F91. Yeah, okay. And let's kind of see. So activating the lethal EX skill on my end first. So that is gonna pop the battleship attack, and then we're just gonna be dropping beam attack. I think it's every 5 seconds. If I recall correctly. So whenever this happens for global, it's gonna be massacre for arena for sure. Alright, the enemy is activating their V2A. So V2A and the O does kind of work hand to hand in a way, because it does reduce EX2 damage by an additional amount, and then it heals. So on top of whatever the O is already doing, like for its own healing, you add that on, like, it's for sure a kill. Any enemy that does not have any quote-unquote survivability aspect of things, it's gonna die, regardless. Like any moment now, New Gundam is gonna die, because it's not dying from the O itself, it's literally just dying from the lethal EX skill portion of things. So even though we have the assault status, but you can't guarantee a sure win in this specific situation. So yeah, would I say like New Gundam's like a must-have? I don't think so in a way. Definitely not. I wouldn't say that at all. So yeah, it just to kind of show you guys how things kind of work out. You guys can definitely see on my team, I will need a healer as well to kind of sustain. So well, the next best healer for arena right now would have been V2A. So that's why it's kind of like that stepping, so you gotta have everything for the current meta or the upcoming meta in a way. So yeah, the enemy is holding up pretty well. That's kind of why. And at this point in time, like we have elapsed more than whatever the given time, and this guy's barely popping his first EXQ to get the assault status. So it's not that good. Definitely not that good. 46. And are we still doing more? Alright, I'm gonna skip that right there. Yeah, we already died. So there's no chance. Like in a perfect world situation, if you guys don't have a victory to assault to run alongside New Gundam to take out the O, I don't think there's a case for that. No way. Alright, so there you guys kind of go as far as kind of like in a really specific situation in my opinion. New Gundam itself is not going to be enough to overthrow V2A and the O at the same time. You are gonna have to have something else. But even though we have the assault status for like the first 15 seconds, but it didn't really matter all that much when the O is a thing. So right now, if you guys do want to counter victory to assault, be my guest and go for that. But for the long term wise, like you just can't run New Gundam when you still have Xeon out there that's popping AoE EXQ that can just literally end your whole career in a way. I wouldn't run it personally, but besides that, let's actually hop into some co-ops. Just kind of show you guys the damage that we're looking at. I will be comparing to kind of like the global release. I'm going to be comparing to like what is it, Unicorn Perfectibility, Victory to Assault, and then what else do we have? Like any other things that will release around global timeline, I'm gonna toss it on there and then hop into co-ops to give you guys kind of like a damage comparison in a way, so you guys can take a look for yourself. So here is the team. I do have the tank double zeta just so that we can pretty much tank everything. And then we have V2A, Perfectibility, New Gundam Double Inferno, and then Unicorn. So these two are only at T3 because I just didn't have the resources. Do I have any just so I can bump it up? I don't think I do have any. So yeah, I don't. So I can't just magically pump in 1500 right there. So that's why I brought in New Gundam, or sorry, that's why I brought in Unicorn just for the sake of things. As far as a supporter, I cannot bring in Kubali, because that is going to be a huge disadvantage against New Gundam, because New Gundam for whatever reason has a 200% down on critical rates, so there's nothing we can do to actually modify that or do anything about that. So that is pretty unfortunate considering everything else. Like this guy right here loves to get some critical rates. This guy lives on critical, but you can't do that. So I just want to be on a even playing field for New Gundam. So I don't want to rake the showcase, be like, oh, New Gundam is so terrible because of XYZ. Well, if I had bring this guy being a critical rate and critical attack supplier, yeah, we would have decimated this guy for sure. But regardless, I'm gonna hop in, and then with Shards of Gog, I think it's gonna make a nice addition. Still gonna be getting that 28% to Gundam type, and then it's additional from the EXQ effects as well. So let's hop in. Alright, so just gonna place it right where it is, and I think we should be fine. Okay, so let's see what's going on. So none of these units have any unit enhancement, just so that I make that clear as well. Yeah, so all of them are pretty much just blank thing on them. So we are pretty much taking a look at it at just bare investment. Let's say you just have it at Transcendent Skill 5, and that is kind of it. The only exception is my Victory to Assault is fully maxed out, meaning I do have it at P5. That was actually the first unit I came back in for JP and fully max it out. It's been a full year already, I would say. So it's definitely long overdue. But all the other units are either at P1 or P2 or something of that nature. While I believe New Gundam Double Inferno for sure is P1 or P0. My bad. But yeah, just take a look at the EXQ itself. We still have not popped an EXQ with New Gundam. That is actually pretty slow. As far as the funnel themselves, do they activate all at the same time? I didn't quite catch it because of all these EXQ coming in. I'm gonna skip it. Yeah, I don't need to see it. Oh, dude, even this guy's faster. It's obvious, but dude. Okay, we get it. Okay, so they all pop. That's not bad, dude. Look at them. It's kind of crazy. After we see the first EXQ from New Gundam, I'm gonna skip it. Okay. Yeah, the animation wise, not terrible. Honestly, it's not bad. Look at them all go. Okay, it's not bad damage either. Alright, now we can pump it up to 2 times speed. So in this situation, it's actually not that bad. When you don't have a critical rate and critical attack supporter on the team, it definitely makes New Gundam seemingly, oh, if performance wise is not as bad as you would think. But when we bring in Kubli, dude, it's night and day. I will give you guys that comparison as well. Just so you guys can see. But yeah, in this one it's not bad. I'll give it to you guys. It's hanging out pretty well. Granted, perfectibility does have type advantage and all that whole 9 yard, but yeah, the fact that it's better than Unicorn and is better than my fully maxed out V28, it speaks for itself. I'll give you that. Alright, yeah, it's definitely not bad for its performance wise, but we are gonna hop out of here because I think we are taking a very long time on clearing this. But I'm gonna come back with the red Kubli and then you guys are gonna see a massive difference. Alright, so jumping straight back in with the red Kubli. So yeah, pretty soon you guys are going to see look at perfectibility already jumping into the 2 mil digit. What the heck? Almost 3 mil, dude. What the heck is going on? Dude, look at New Gundam. Oh wow. Dude, New Gundam is not benefiting from any buff whatsoever from Kubli. So you guys can definitely see the massive difference when we were using Short Sagok versus Kubli right now. Dude, what happened? What? Dude, New Gundam was at least pulling upwards to like 700k upwards to like 800k, but then what happened? Where's my damage at? Dude, look at Unicorn now. Both the perfectibility and then the Unicorn entity. What? Wow, that's crazy, man. I was gonna say type advantage on New Gundam, but no. But whoa, they killed New Gundam just like that. So I think this is definitely an overstatement because co-op you can kind of do with any unit you want. Doesn't really matter, but I would definitely say for specific content you might want to use New Gundam for global because it does have the assault status. And I don't know what was like the next unit that come after that hasn't. So for global player wise, like New Gundam is still somewhat of a value because of that specific thing. But for the longevity wise, like, oh man, I just don't see it. I really don't, considering how bad we're performing in this specific situation. But there you guys have it. So this is just the quick showcase for the New Gundam Double Inferno, and I will be catching you guys all on the next one.